What's up guys, welcome to the new channel. There is a little bit of explaining to do for this. I want to start another channel addition to Wicked Street Media. If you guys aren't following us on there, definitely go follow us. I want to start a channel just kind of more of my personal stuff that goes on every single day, especially with the car, and there's just so much more stuff that I know that I can work on and document besides just the Wicked Street Media channel, and then other stuff that's going on as well. So I want to welcome you guys to the new channel that is just run by me. You still might be seeing similar content than what is on Wicked Street Media, but there's just so much extra stuff that I wanted to throw into my videos that I kind of felt like I couldn't, because I kind of feel bad that most of the time is taken up with like working on my car, say during the winter, and we haven't done too many installs on Ryan's car the last couple months. So I want to have our brand with Wicked Street Media, me and Ryan working on that, and then I also want to have my own personal stuff that's going on with my car and whatever else is going on, because I do so much more than just working on this car. So I just want to share that with you guys. So welcome to the new channel, hope you guys enjoy it, and like I said, if you're not subscribed to Wicked Street Media, definitely go check out that channel as well, because that is our baby. We are starting something new today, so here's to a new journey. It is March 8th 2020, so starting 2020 off strong, so let's hop right into it. So a quick rundown for anybody who is not familiar with who I am and what's been going on. Right now, this is my 2004 WRX that I am doing a motor swap on. Motor's right there. It's an IAG 2.5 STI motor. The old one is over there. That was just a stock 2.0. Basically, quick rundown, doing pretty much not really a wire tuck, but a lot of wire tucking. Obviously, we're sanding the engine bay down to get it nice and good for paint. Doing a ton of other work. Pretty much everything that's going into this engine bay is going to be new, from the motor to the turbo to the radiator to the intercooler. Everything is going to be new on the front end of this. It is a World Rally Blue 04 WRX, like I said, still a 5-speed transmission, so we're going to have to figure out how much power we can run with that and the stock 5-speed transmission. It has flares. I'm just trying to think of like other things that's going on. Can't really see it because it is covered up by this stuff, but if we get a little peek at it, there she is. That's the nice blue. This is my baby. Right now it looks like crap, but maybe I'll put a picture up on the screen of what it looks like when it doesn't look like this. So yeah, it's what we're working on today to catch you guys up on. I have pretty much the entire engine bay sanded, ready to go. Right now we're working on wiring for the power wires. So we have one right here. This comes from the trunk. The battery is mounted on the trunk, and if you guys want to see that video, that is on the Wicked Street Media channel. You guys can check that out. Kind of show you guys how to do that. So we're just kind of picking up here in the middle of it. We're actually about to lay some paint. Hopefully this week. I got to get it ordered, and I'm super stoked for you guys to see what paint coat I went with, because it's going to be cool, not too crazy. Once it all comes together, this whole engine bay is going to look super mint. Super stoked on that, but let's get back to work like we normally do. So this is the part that we're installing today. This is a power block distributor. You have one input there, one input there, there, and there. So essentially you can have your one power wire coming from the battery to the end and distribute it to wherever you need to. In my case, we're only going to need the power wire coming in, and then one going to the fuse box, and then one going to the starter, and then everything else is already plugged in, ready to go. So this was a $10 part that we got on Amazon. I can actually link it below so you guys can go ahead and pick one up for yourself if you need one, but super helpful. We're just waiting on this to finish up the wiring. So let's get this plugged in, mounted somewhere, and we'll be ready to go. All right, so first step is I'm going to attach the main line coming from the battery to this part right here, plug it in like this, and then we'll have two more coming off, like I said, one of them that is going right to this line right here, which powers the fuse box. So I'm probably going to take off that connector and then just feed it right in, bolt it down. And then we have this line down here that needs to go kind of around the inside of the wheel hub right here, and then back down on the other side in the engine bay. It's going to pop out right here and then go up to the starter, which rests right here when it's all back together. So everything is going to be tucked pretty much underneath. You're not going to see it until that line that comes back up, which you won't see that anyways because the motor will be kind of blocking it anyways. So all good there. We might have to make a couple tweaks here and there when everything gets back together, just because we don't know 100% where things are going to be sitting, such as the intercooler piping that's going to come here, but I'm pretty sure everything's going to be out of the way on this side. What I've also been doing is kind of robbing the old 2.0 block of some parts that I'm gonna need for the swap. Right now I just remembered I need to take off the flywheel because I'm gonna have to be running a 5-speed clutch flywheel setup, and the flywheel that's on the 2.5 is slightly, the diameter is slightly larger, so I'm gonna need to rob the one off of this old motor, put it on the new one, and then the first thing I think I'm gonna need to order probably is the clutch system, the clutch and pressure plate, just because as soon as I get those, I at least can put the block itself back into the engine bay and seal that up, and then I can kind of work around that. It's kind of a cool part, kind of like a boring part. I didn't really want to order first, but I think I'm gonna need to order that first as soon as the engine bay is painted and ready to go, because otherwise I can't put the motor back in the car until that clutch is already sealed inside the transmission and ready to go for that. So I'm gonna probably order that here in a little bit. I do also have a potential daily driver that I'm gonna be picking up in the next month or so. So I might have some funds going towards that, which actually the daily driver that we might be picking up, it's a car that I've wanted for a while. Not gonna say too much on that just because it's not finalized yet, but I will be saving up for that and getting that car and then ditching the truck, which will kind of delay us a little bit of ordering parts, but not too much. We still have a good amount of stuff here that we can work with, but I do think the clutch system is probably the first thing I have to buy so we can put the block back in the car. This is my old 2.0 block. This thing has 214,000 miles on it. It did not blow up. This motor was actually supposed to be pulled so I could do all this paint work and stuff and then put back in, or I was going to do a JDM block just to get a block with less miles on it, but then ended up snagging this IAG block from my boss that he was pulling it out of his STI because he's doing a crazy swap. So I was like yes to that, and this is going to be stripped of a good amount of parts that I'm going to need to keep for myself, but then whatever's remaining I am listing stuff for sale daily, so been selling some stuff off of this, such as, well, a lot of stuff is gone. So let's go ahead and get this flywheel off. It's actually very surprising how light these blocks are, even the long block. They're not super heavy, so you can pretty much just move it how you want, which is a good thing. It saves the car some weight. So I want to just show my little contraption here. I was trying to take the flywheel off and the gun did not have enough torque, so I needed to use the big bar. But as you know, the whole crank will actually just keep spinning. So I actually put a crowbar through the block in between the alternator and the AC compressor, and then threw on the wrench right here as a stopper right here, and this works just fine. I just got them loose. I just need to take them the rest of the way out. So just a little trick right there if you're looking on how to take off the flywheel. There's like a million other ways to do it, but I had this is what I had. Boom, and it is now the next day. I'm actually headed down to drop off my intake manifold as well as my strut braces for powder coating. I hope the color turns out sick. I don't want to give it away quite yet as to what color we're going with, but I think it's going to contrast with the engine bay really, really well, and kind of give it like a good portion of color. But anyways, I don't want to say too much, so let's head downtown and drop this stuff off.